Hi there, it's Eric from Vantage IT with another Vantage IT quick tip. In today's session, I'm going to give you a quick overview of how to protect your privacy as well as the privacy of your friends when you're using Facebook apps, surveys, and so on. By this, I mean things like the what are your most used words on Facebook, or what Walking Dead character are you, or what will kill you and when will you die type things. The reason for this is that recently the mainstream media has picked up on the your most used words on Facebook app as a deadly violation of your privacy, if you want to put it that way. When in reality, pretty well all of those types of apps on Facebook do actually gather information about you and your friends, and you give them explicit permission to do so when you first log into Facebook from the app. So let's get started. I'm going to bring up the what are your most used words on Facebook landing page. So when you're in your Facebook timeline and you click on what are your most used words, it'll bring you over here when you say let's take the quiz or take the survey. In order to take the survey, it asks you to log in with Facebook, which we'll do down here. And when you open the log or when you click on login with Facebook, it gives you an option to just continue. So you would click OK to continue. Now, if you read the fine print, down here it tells you Vantage will receive the following info: your public profile, your friend list, and your timeline posts. Depending on the app or survey or whatever it is that you've clicked on, this list may be quite extensive in terms of what can be delivered, and it may also allow the app or survey or whatever to post to your timeline. In this case, it doesn't, as is demonstrated by the fact that there's a padlock down here saying that it won't allow it to post to Facebook. If you want to restrict what the app can actually see from your profile, I strongly recommend that you do this regardless of what it is that you're doing. Click on Edit the info you provide. When you click on that, it'll show you what's actually being provided to the world, basically through the app. So in this case, it's asking for your friends list and your timeline posts. In general, you will have to give it your public profile. So if you're not comfortable with your public profile, which includes what you see here, your name, your profile photo, your age, plus other info that is actually public. Effectively, what people would see if they weren't Facebook members or if they weren't logged into Facebook and they looked up your profile, that's what they would see. You can uncheck the stuff that you don't want to be shared with the app. So in this case, I'm going to uncheck friend list and I'm going to uncheck timeline posts. This means that it won't know who my 879 friends are. Do this as a favor to your friends. You don't want random arbitrary apps to be able to access their names and their info. Click on OK, and then it'll take you over to the app. So do this for every single app that you use or every single survey, if not for your own privacy, for the privacy of your friends. I'm going to show you something else. In Facebook itself, you can actually control what apps, when other people use apps, what those apps can see related to you. So what I've done here is I've actually gone and I've opened up the settings by using the drop down over here, over to the right of my name, home, and all that stuff, and going down to settings. So now I'm on the settings screen. I'll just bring it up, and down sort of just below the second or third horizontal rule, you'll see something called apps. If you click on that, it allows you to actually control what apps have access to your profile. So you'll notice that Vantage is now in my profile because I let it have access. I logged in, I let it have access, but I didn't allow it to see who my friends are or what my timeline posts are. I'm actually going to remove that right now. And the way you do that is by hovering over the name of the app, and you'll notice that when you hover over to the right, you'll be able to edit the settings for the app, and you'll be able to remove it. If you edit the settings, it tells you what basically the same type of information that you would have seen when you went to edit when you first logged into the app, and you can control what the app can see or retroactively. By this time, though, it's probably too late because the app has vacuumed everything out of your account that it actually needs. And then to remove, you would click remove, and it'll prompt you to confirm. I'm going to keep Bing, Expedia, and Microsoft because I use those to use my Facebook account to log into them. Down below, you have three options here. You have your apps, websites, and plugins. So this allows you to actually turn off the Facebook platform for anything other than Facebook. So if you want to be completely invisible to everything, this includes applications, the ability to log into other websites using your Facebook account, anything related to external applications or external utilities, external websites having access, turn the platform off. If you're going to do that, take a moment to read the fine print here, because it is actually pretty limiting in terms of the capabilities that it shuts down. So if you're using any of those capabilities with external apps, you might not want to do that. The second one over here to the right is apps others use. You can edit the information that gets shared with those apps. By default, everything is checked off. I always operate with everything unchecked. So if other people are using apps that want to see stuff from my profile, I set it up in such a way that they can't see any of this stuff. In your case, if you haven't gone in to do that, then all of this stuff is actually available to those apps. So you might want to go in there and decide what you want to make public or what you want to make available to apps and what you want to restrict apps from seeing. Down below is there's some, I guess, Facebook for mobile clients or applications like those running on BlackBerry that don't give you an option as to who the audience is, the audience being public, my friends, or only me. What you can do is you can say for those applications, when you post something using one of those mobile apps, who the audience will be by default. And in my case, I want it to be only me. So if you're using a BlackBerry, for example, and you're using the Facebook app on it, and you want to be absolutely sure that not everyone in the world is going to see what you post, set this to only me, or set it to whatever you want out of the list of groups that you sort of allow visibility to or provide as an audience. And that's about it for today. Thanks, folks. If you have any questions, please get in touch with us. Drop us a line at info@vantageit.ca. That's info@vantageit.ca. Thanks.